It's Star Wars night here at the Big A, and all of the characters are here tonight. May the Force be strong with the Halos this evening. Athletics, Angels, next.
Good to return home to the Big A as this Athletics and Angels series sponsorship is presented by Chevrolet. The Halos are coming off a 3-3 road trip looking for their first home win of the season. Tonight we kick off a 7-game homestand, the first of 4 against the visiting Oakland Athletics. Hi everybody from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas. And of course the Oakland A's always very tough against the Angels, but I think last year the Halos finally turned things around. The season series ended up 10-9 in the Angels' favor, but they played baseball, very good baseball down the stretch.
Yeah, Victor, this one looked like Oakland was going to run away with the division back in August with all the trades they made to add some extra pitchers. The Angels got hot at the right time. They're down by 4 games on August 11th, and all of a sudden you look around, the Angels got hot, they swung the bats extremely well. You look up September 12th, they're up in the division by 11 games. They had a big stretch against Oakland in which they went 7-1 in 8 games, including a 4-game sweep here at the Big A. Matt Shoemaker was one of those pitchers on the mound in that 4-game sweep. They threw the ball well against Oakland. They made those quality pitches, stayed away from fastball counts, and hit a very good pitching staff for Oakland last year.
Well, you mentioned Matt Shoemaker is on the hill for the Angels tonight, and they are facing a very, very tough Oakland A's ball club. They remake this team every single year, and they are certainly swinging the bats very well through the first 2 weeks of the season. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Angels Baseball is brought to you by CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. Start here. And by Jack in the Box. Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich.
Angels baseball is brought to you by the 2015 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimate 31 highway miles per gallon. Visit Jeep.com for more information. And by AT&T Uverse, more live TV channels on the go than cable.
Star Wars night here at the Big A, and Matt Shoemaker and the Angels ready and certainly willing to pick up that first victory of the season. They were swept at home, a quick homestand against the Kansas City Royals. It's good to be back home for a week here. Matt Shoemaker jogging out there as he always does, ready to go for first pitch. But this is an Oakland A's team, as I said going to break, Kubi, that has swung the bats very well. They remake themselves. Chili Davis now the hitting coach for the Boston Red Sox, and all of a sudden new faces, but kind of the same old results right now.
Yeah, they still try to put themselves in those counts where they could do some damage. Not as many home runs this year, normal for them, but they are scoring a lot of runs, and they put a lot of good swings on fastballs that aren't located well.
Let's take a look at Bob Melvin's starting lineup for the Oakland Athletics. Melvin in his 4th season. We'll have Sam Foltz leading things off at center field. It's Mark Canha playing left field. Stephen Vogt is behind the plate. Billy Butler signing a 3-year deal in the offseason. He's the DH, a cleanup hitter. Ike Davis at first base. Josh Reddick in right. Brett Lawrie at third base. Eric Sogard at second. And it's Marcus Semien batting ninth and playing shortstop. They're taking on Matt Shoemaker, making his 3rd start. He's 2-0 with a 4.38 ERA.
Yeah, he's still trying to get a little bit better feel for his fastball, though. Very good as far as the win-loss record. 12 1/3 innings pitched. 12 hits, 12 punch-outs. Only 1 walk as usual for Matt Shoemaker. But the keys against this Oakland team for him tonight, avoid those fastball counts. They crush fastballs and keep the ball in the yard. If you do so, should be successful against Oakland.
Take a look at the defense behind Shoemaker this evening. Matt Joyce at left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield has David Freese and Eric Ibar on the left side, Johnny Giavotella and Albert Pujols on the right, with Chris Iannetta serving as Matt Shoemaker's battery mate.
And Matt Shoemaker, generally a fly ball pitcher. Mike Trout doing an excellent job out in center field. Just 1 error in his last 116 games as a center fielder. A lot of ground. His throwing arm getting more consistent, charges the ball very well also.
Waiting a couple of moments here before the first pitch is thrown. That is home plate umpire Mark Wegner calling the balls and strikes tonight. Marty Foster at first, Mike Malinsky at second base, and the crew chief Mike Winters at third. Sam Foltz playing center field, has 4 doubles, 3 triples, and a batting average of .283 to start the year. And the first one tonight is outside for ball 1. Foltz last year with Oakland and Minnesota, 60 games with Oakland, then got traded. And 53 games with the Twins, hit .274 with a home run and 17 runs batted in.
And put himself in that fastball count. Bob Melvin's done a great job as the manager for this Oakland club. A lot of changes each and every year, but still has it in play. Great baseball.
And Shoemaker falls behind here at 3 balls and no strikes. This Oakland team 3rd in batting average through the first 2 weeks, 4th in runs, 4th in slugging, 4th in on base percentage. And that is a 4-pitch walk, a rarity for Matt Shoemaker. He had issued 1 walk through the first 2 starts.
A Hyundai key for this game tonight, especially with the offense struggling a bit. A little flock of seagulls. Space age glove song. That's the key. Every once in a while you have to make that outstanding play defensively, especially when you're not getting a lot of runs scored. The defense may be the key to winning this game here tonight, and also getting the offense going on the momentum side.
Mark Canha, the left fielder, at the plate. And he will look at a strike. Canha hitting .295 with a home run and 7 runs batted in. Has 3 doubles as well. San Jose native. Product of Cal, 7th round pick in 2010 by the Marlins. Rule 5 selection by the Rockies and then traded to the Athletics this past offseason. A lot of power, 20 home runs last year, 82 runs batted in at AAA. And incredible sideburns.
That's a plus.
If he can pull it off. Off speed, missing upstairs.
That pitch in the upper part of the strike zone.
Yeah. Oakland with 6 stolen bases on the season. They've been perfect so far. Cole doesn't have one. 1-1. That is in there. Breaking ball. 1-2. Shoemaker with 12 1/3 innings through the first 2 starts. 12 hits, 12 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's why I said that walk to Fold is kind of a surprise, because Matt is such a control freak. Always able to get back into counts even if he falls behind hitters. Stephen Vogt on deck. Just underway. A swing and a miss. Down goes Canada. There's out number 1.
Good split finger fastball from Shoemaker. Got ahead of the count. Can expand the zone, and that's what he did to get a swing and miss. A tumbling action on a splitter, almost like a knuckleball straight down. Another punch out for Shoemaker. And what Matt is doing a good job with Sam Fold at first. You see him moving his feet. He's making him stop. As a base runner, that's what you don't want to do. You want to keep that momentum going, and Shoemaker does a good job as far as holding the baseball. 1 pickoff last year.
Stephen Vogt, the catcher, batting in the 3 spot. Fold gets back in there safely. Vogt hitting .368, 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. That's a strike on the outside corner. A's with a 6-7 record, half game back in the West. They are 3-3 out on the road and 5-5 within the division, coming off a series against the Kansas City Royals. Tempers flared.
Very fun series.
Yeah.
Got along very well.
Very animated.
Well, you can see Sam Fold moving his feet. He's trying to keep momentum going just in case he goes. He probably has the green light to go at any point. But Shoemaker doing a great job holding the baseball, varying his times at the plate and his throws to first base.
Oh, 1 Fold takes off. The pitch is down low to throw to second. 1 hopper and safe at second base.
Quick tag by Ibar. He thought he had him. 1 hop throw. Didn't get a great jump, though. Quick pitch from Shoemaker. Looks like he might have got the hand in under the tag, but they're looking into the dugout.
It looked like he got in there. I thought for a moment that maybe he hit his foot, Ibar's foot, with the hand, but
he's in.
Clearly safe. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off the left.
So far this year, base stealers have been successful. 8 of 9 attempts against Chris Iannetta. In spring training, we were really seeing a lot of real good quick releases and throws from Chris.
Halos last year, for the most part, kept Stephen Vogt at bay. Did have a couple of home runs, but just 195 against the Halos. 8 strikeouts. 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Most games he played against any one team was against the Angels last year, 14. Fold with a leadoff walk, and now a stolen base. Stands at second with 1 out. Full count. A different tempo too for Shoemaker. Now, granted, Fold was over at first base for a little while, but he always seemed to be a guy that works at an up tempo.
And the thing is, we were talking to him the other day down in Houston about, you know, his velocity on his fastball so far this year has been 88, 89, which isn't bad. But generally last year we saw him sometimes at 90, up to 94 on some four-seam fastballs. And he said flat out there's no doubt in his mind he'll pick that velocity back up as he starts gaining some of that weight he lost during the offseason.
3-2, and there's a second walk of the inning.
Highly unusual for Matt Shoemaker to be walking anyone. But coming into the game, it's one walk.
Yeah, that just going back to that whole velocity thing and gaining the weight. Does that put more of an onus on his shoulders about being more careful because he doesn't quite have the extra 2 or 3 miles per hour that he's got to be a little bit more perfect with his command, and that's looks like it's kind of why he's missing a little bit.
Yeah, it seemed like the feel for his fastball. Sometimes when you think you're not having that zip on the fastball in the end, that you kind of overthrow. And the feel and the consistency from the arm angle for him to hit his spots with his fastball isn't quite there yet. But he's not concerned whatsoever as far as he's thinking in terms of the long haul over the season, how well the fastball will progress as we go along.
Breaking ball down and away for ball 1. 15 pitches thrown by Shoemaker, 10 balls, 5 strikes.
And in the stretch position is able to get that balance towards the back of the rubber and drive towards home plate. Nothing out of the ordinary as far as his mechanics. His head is still and looking at the target. Perfect guy up here right now for Shoemaker to get a ground ball double play.
He is a double play candidate. It's rolled into 4th so far this year. 2 on and 1 out. Butler drives one out to center, hit well. Trout moving back on it. It's over his head. That is off the base of the wall. Trout plays it cleanly, gets it back in. That means Fold will have to stop at third. Butler took a huge turn, but obviously with Pujols in the middle of the infield lined up for a relay to home, there's no play at first base.
And there's no way anybody could be in that position to go there to cover first base, because Shoemaker's going to be around the home plate area for a throw to home. And Iannetta can't go up the line either.
Just your typical single off the base of the wall.
Butler doesn't miss many fastballs when it's upstairs. Fortunately enough, it stayed in the yard. Played extremely well by Trout. Got it in quickly. And no damage yet.
And if you're wondering why Sam Fold only got to third, is because he hung around second base. He wasn't sure, because Trout was playing deep, whether or not he was going to make that catch. And because the ball ricocheted back to Mike and he got it back into the infield, that's all that they could do right there.
It wasn't a real good read, though, by Sam Fold. You could see Trout was taking that first step, but his mindset was, I'm playing it off the wall.
So bases loaded, 1 out. And here is Ike Davis, hitting .342 to start. Through his first 12 games, has a home run, 6 runs batted in. He flips one out toward left field, not hit very deep, and this one is going to go foul.
Well, those are scary fly balls. You know there's no way as a left fielder you're going to be able to get there. You're at the mercy of hoping that goes foul.
No balls and a strike. Davis traded from the Pirates to the Athletics in the offseason.
Davis is very good on the inner half of the plate and down. Also elevated away. Down and away. Perfect spot. Will chase out of the strike zone.
Billy Butler, by the way, with that base hit, now has reached safely in all 14 games that he has played as an Oakland Athletic to start the season. No walk. Downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shoemaker's last start. As a matter of fact, both starts have been on the road. This is his first home start. Gave up 3 runs and 6 1/3 against the Rangers. 7 strikeouts and 1 walk. This one's out to left, playable for Joyce. It'll score a run as Joyce keeps drifting back on it. He'll make the catch. Vogt tags, and he's going to come to third. Butler goes to second.
Well, that's one of those plays you want to throw it to second base with Butler, because you want to, if you can, keep that force play It's not going to go deep enough. It's going to be a difficult throw.
So it's 1-0 on the sac fly by Davis. Picks up his 7th run batted in. 2 outs now. The other thing, Mark, is that Joyce, because he drifted on it, that to me is a huge key to the base runners to say, I'm going to tag.
Yeah, if
he's not going to be in a position to throw.
If you get all the way back and then start going forward, then you're for sure you're not going to take that chance, because you're already, especially at second base, you don't run real well and you're already in scoring position. You might not go. It's a shorter throw from left to third if you're coming in on the baseball as compared to going back on the baseball.
So 1-0 Oakland. And here's Josh Reddick, the right fielder. Just outside for ball 1. Reddick hitting .286 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. .264 a season ago. A couple of stints on the DL. Shoemaker misses. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
He's thrown 21 pitches, only 8 in the strike zone so far for Shoe. Not the norm.
Ground ball to the right side, overshift. Ibar has it. Shoemaker, even though command issues here in the first, limits it to just 1 run. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Calhoun, Trout, Pools coming up. Angels trailing it. The first inning, Matt Shoemaker, Chris Iannetta talking things over. And we'll see if he turns things around as far as command in the second inning. But before that, the Angels will bat. Here's Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for tonight. The Halos at 5 and 7. We'll have Cole Calhoun leading things off and right, followed by Mike Trout at center, Albert Pujols at first, Matt Joyce the cleanup hitter in left, David Freese at third, Eric Ibar short, C.J. Cron homered yesterday for the first time. He's the DH. Chris Iannetta behind the plate, and Johnny Giavotella is batting 9th and playing second base. They're taking on 24-year-old right-hander, native of Alexander City, Alabama. His name is Kendall Graveman.
Graveman fastball is 89-93 with good sink, slider, cut fastball, and split finger fastball. And the keys to be successful against Graveman is to make sure you see some pitches. Haven't seen them before. You just want to see what his tendencies are and get back to that middle approach. Hit that big part of the field.
Breaking ball is in there, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Angels offense has been sputtering to start the year. Cole hitting .258, a home run and 5 runs batted in. A couple of doubles and a triple. Had a 1-for-4 game yesterday as the Angels managed 8 hits. Out-hit the Astros, but ended up taking the loss. This one's down the line foul.
Good to see him keep his hands back on that swing, though. A lot of pitches. Anytime you face a sinker ball pitcher as a left-handed batter, you're going to see a lot of action running away from you. The break a ball or cut fastball would be the 2 pitches inside, but everything else is going to run away from you.
Graveman's made 2 starts so far this year, 1-1, 7.37 ERA. That's a called strike 3 on the inside corner, 1 away. Here's a defense for the A's tonight. Canna, Fold, and Reddick in the outfield from left to right. Laurie, Simeon, Sogard, Davis from third to first, and both behind the dish.
And Simeon, their new shortstop for Oakland, is very athletic, covers a lot of ground, although he's made a few errors this season. And 3 of them, as a matter of fact, has started all 14 games. Played a number of positions with the Cubs, but he's a guy that's very good. They're very confident in his ability to make plays and a good, strong throwing arm.
Trout will look at a strike. Mike hitting .364 with 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in. Foul. That's 0-2.
So hard that first time around for a hitter against a pitcher they've never seen before. They know he's a sinker ball pitcher, but you don't know exactly the read on that sink. Some guys have that fastball that will sink straight down. Some have that lateral sink movement.
This is flipped out towards center field. Will get down for a base hit.
Let's take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind. Albert Pujols. Yesterday got that fastball out over the plate. Crushed that one down the line. Just got over the wall. Had a tough series for the most part in Houston. So we get his hands extended. Finally got something on the inner half. A lot of pitches away, a lot of breaking balls away in that series against Houston.
And he's been taking a lot of good pitches while expanding his zone on bad pitches. And when Albert's going good, that is not typically the case.
By the way, misspoke. Simeon played with the White Sox, not the Chicago Cubs. Chicago. North side, south side.
Exactly. Construction complete on the White Sox stadium.
Yes. Freeway? Probably never.
Is that the Van Wyck?
Or the Dan Ryan?
Dan Ryan?
Yeah.
Pujols, a 186 average, 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Chops this one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Vogt has not thrown out a base stealer yet this year. You got to create some havoc against the defense when you're struggling as an offense.
Hit sharply past Simeon into left center. That's a base hit. Trout slipped going around second. Fold tries to throw behind him to no avail. And I'm not sure if Mike was going to go. Maybe he was, but right before he got to the bag, kind of slipped as he turned.
And Sam Fold does a real good job as far as charging the baseball. Pretty accurate throwing arm in center field. Reason why it's so accurate is because he's aggressive coming in on the baseball. And by Simeon at shortstop, hitting well. It's good to see that from Albert. It's not easy to do to get it by him. We see how he charged, and he's in position to make that throw to third. Wise decision after stumbling a little bit going around the base. Although you could see he was going to be aggressive, and that's what you have to do when you're trying to score runs.
As a sinker baller, if you leave the pitch up, it tends to flatten out, and you become very hittable. As Matt Joyce settles into the batter's box, and he will take ball 1. And I say that because after 2 starts, 8 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts for Graveman. His first 2 big league starts. He pitched in 5 games at the major league level last year with Toronto, but all out of the bullpen. He was part of that Brett Laurie trade.
Yeah, you can see a good live arm.
Josh Donaldson trade that brought Brett Laurie as well.
That sinker, that 2-seamer he threw in on Cole Calhoun to freeze him to get a call, third strike. Impressive.
In the dirt. Stays right near Stephen Vogt. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Now, as a former sinker ball pitcher, these are the counts you try to avoid. 2-0, because you want to make it close enough to the plate you're going to get the hitter to the swing at. So you got to start at middle. Now, if you have any dropping of your elbow, it's going to stay middle and go lateral away where you can crush it, because you can't take that chance to go 3-0 before potentially loading the bases on a walk. So you have to go middle of the plate and trust that late movement.
The Angels were 1 for 16 in the 3-game set against Houston with men in scoring position. 2-0 downstairs. 3 balls and no strikes.
Joyce has not really seen the ball real well yet. He even said that today early on the pregame show, that not seeing it well. But these are the times where Mike Scioscia shows a lot of confidence in the hitter. We'll let him swing 3-0 if he gets a fastball to drive.
This one pulled toward first. Davis knocks it down. What a play by the first baseman. Graveman is there. They get the out. 2 away as Trout advances to third and Pujols to second.
Certainly an improvement there. That's a good fielding first baseman. It's a tough hop. It's by him. That's scoring 2 runs. Although Reddick's out in right field, so we got to hesitate a little bit on that with that throwing hard. But that's going to be down the line, scoring at least 1.
I was going to say, go ahead and tap the brakes on that one, big guy, with Pujols, the trail runner.
I just looked up. Oh, that's right. It's Reddick.
Slow your roll. 2 outs, second and third. 1-0 Oakland here in the first. David Freese up. And he will look at a strike. Freese, a .213 average, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. 1 for 4 game yesterday with a single and a run scored. Oakland getting their run in the first on a sac fly by Ike Davis, who scored Sam Fuld. Little flare out to center field. That'll get down for a hit. Trout will score. Pujols being waved in. The throw to the plate not in time. And Freese, for whatever reason, tries to go to second. And he is easily gunned down.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll do that to bring the throw there, but Albert's already going home and scoring at that point. But a good base hit, 2 RBI single for Freese.
Halos lead it 2-1.
Maker. What he did his last 10 starts, 9-0 with a 1.92 ERA. Very, very good. 9-0 in his career versus AL West, and has won his last 8 starts in ERA. It was impressive ERA, 2.21 for Shoe.
Brett Laurie, the third baseman, looks at a strike. Bottom third of the order for Oakland here in the second, with the Halos up 2-1. .265 batting average with a home run and 3 runs batted in. That's a big rip. Comes up empty, and it's 0-2. And Laurie, of course, at the center of the melee and the hoop-de-doo in Kansas City. And you know what? I know we touched on it when we saw the play. This is out towards shallow center field. Ibar's not going to get there. It's a broken bat single. But you know, the play at second base with Alcides Escobar,
we didn't think anything was wrong.
Clean play.
Yeah. Hard slide in, trying to prevent a potential double play.
4-4 game.
Yeah.
Late, I think it was the 7th inning.
And then Ventura drills him. Then Lorenzo King gets hit by a Scott Kazmir pitch early in that game. And then at the end of the game, Herrera comes in and throws a fastball at 100 miles an hour behind him and still had some words for him. Showed pretty good strength throughout that entire series. And he's a pretty strong dude.
No doubt. Here's Eric Sogard, and that pitch misses outside. Look, at the end of the day, and I'm sure it's been talked about as far as the Royals are concerned, a lot of success for Kansas City. They knocked out Oakland, and I'm sure there's probably some hard feelings there, but I know the Royals have been hit quite a bit, but a lot of those hitters in that lineup, as talented as they may be, are divers over the plate. A lot of those hit by pitches aren't intentional. They're pitchers trying to establish the inside part of the plate, and you have to with them because they are overly aggressive and they like to dive to get coverage of the plate.
And what we mean when we talk about diving out over the plate, they're looking out over the plate to get their arms extended, so they're stepping towards the plate, which makes you vulnerable to be hit by a pitch because you're locked in with that front leg. You can't get out of the way. Hey, by the way, Hal McRae would have been proud of Brett Lawrie the way he took out Escobar at second base. That's the way they always played over there in Kansas City with Hal McRae, and that's why that rule was put into play about the roll block at second base against Willie Randolph.
Ask Willie Randolph, who ended up out in shallow left a couple times on those roll blocks. Quick throw to first. Lawrie back.
Now, he's a high energy player, Brett Lawrie. By the way, I didn't necessarily like that 0-2 fastball upstairs against him either, because he's been swinging a lot of breaking balls in the dirt. Gave him a chance. He didn't hit it well, but at least you have a chance to make contact with it.
Very similar to the pitch that Butler hit off the base of the wall in the first inning. Sogard pulls it to Pujols, double play. Nothing you can do as a base runner in that situation. 2 down.
Yeah, you're thinking in terms that's by the first baseman, you're going to score. Ball was hit right on the nose, but Albert right there. As a first baseman, you're holding a run there. Then your first move is to get out in a squared up position, and that's what Albert did to field that line drive.
Base is clear, and here's Marcus Semien, the shortstop. And he will look at a strike. Cal product himself. Pulls that one foul. He came over from the White Sox in the Jeff Samardzija deal. Played 64 games for the Sox last year. Hit 234 with 6 home runs. 28 runs batted in. Originally a 6th round pick in 2011 by Chicago. The 0-2. Check swing. They wanted an appeal. Did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's off the plate. Evens a count at 2-2. Two on the way. The plate, full count. But that fastball command is just not quite there for him.
Especially fastballs that are belt high or higher become very hittable. High splitter there.
Yeah, high splitter, which would have been ball 4. That pitch was up and in.
Generally, when you're a pitcher, you're elevating pitches, your elbows is dropping. Sometimes it might be just about 1/4 of an inch or so, but it's creating that leverage in which you've gone away as far as working downhill. It's going upstairs with a fastball and even a split.
Well, he got him to chase the off-speed. Freeze cuts in front of Ibar. Fires the first, and they get the speedy shortstop, and that'll do it for the A's here in the second. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Halos lead it 2-1.
Angels baseball is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
2-1 Halos. Bottom of the second. Oakland scored one in the top of the first. The Angels countered with two in the bottom of that first inning. 2 RBI single by David Freese as Eric Ibar takes one upstairs. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Ibar, Crone, and Iannetta for the Angels here against Kendall Graveman. Pulled to the right side. Ike Davis once again flips it to Graveman. It goes off his glove. Eric turned the bag. It's at first base there. Heading to second. Had to hustle back just in case. At that point, he's a live runner and could be tagged out.
Graveman really didn't take a good route to first base there either. Another nice play by Ike Davis. Gets up. Pretty good feed to Graveman too, but that angle he took, you want to get along the base and then work your way in to step on the base and come in the inside part of the base and stay in the field of play. Don't go the other side with a foul line. That's when someone runs up your leg. But didn't look the ball into his glove. We've seen that before.
Kind of like Weaver the other day. Ball popped out of his glove as he was starting to look away.
Usually you don't see that a whole lot now because you're so used to all those plays you made in spring training, which was only a few weeks ago.
No balls and a strike on Crone. It's an error on the pitcher Graveman, the 11th error committed by the Athletics this year. Crone the DH, hitting 143, 1 for 4 yesterday with a 2-run home run, first of the year. Now with 3 runs batted in. Quick feet for Graveman on the move.
That's a quick move.
Yeah.
Not a lot of base runner to steal yet, and he's had a lot of base runners.
No balls and 2 strikes. Graveman, a 8th round pick in 2013 by the Toronto Blue Jays out of Mississippi State University.
A lot of good players came out of that program.
Breaking ball, ground ball to second. Sogard, Simeon on the first. Another play. That's that defensive swing by Crone on a breaking ball. He was fooled on.
Coming up late in the game, we'll check out the big news from around the majors on the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Detroit, can they stay hot? And Seattle, can they get some momentum going for last night's comeback win?
Iannetta fouls one back, and this one headed toward the seats. Chris at 118 on the season. One extra base hit. It was a double. Came in defensively late in the game yesterday. Did not get a plate appearance. It's 0-2.
I started that cut fastball off the plate to try to bring it back in the inside corner. He's got pretty good movement on his fastball.
Yeah, you know what? Even four-seam fastball, it's got a little velo to it, so it keeps you honest. This one fouled back, just below us. I was ready to stretch out the hamstrings today.
There you go.
Star Wars night.
Yes.
Just never know. You get a stormtrooper in here, Darth Vader.
Yeah. Got to be ready.
You got it. Check swing. Did not go. Full count. Here comes the 3-2. And that is ball 4. So Chris works a 2-out walk. First issued by Graveman.
I think he wanted that pitch. That was a pretty good pitch.
Before the game, we had the honorary first pitch, and is Ashley Eckstein, the daughter of David Eckstein, throughout the first pitch earlier.
A shot by David framing that pitch at home plate. Still looks in great shape.
Sorry, his wife, his daughter's here as well. It's on the teleprompter. I just read it. Here's Johnny Giavitello. I am Ron Burgundy.
There's never a bad time to reference Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. You know what San Diego means? Giavitello pulls this one to short. Simeon will go the short way. And we will move on to the third. 2-1 Angels. Tomorrow at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive a beanie courtesy of the San Diego Zoo Safari Park while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com. They gave away the Jedi Rally Monkey tonight for Star Wars night. Did you get yours?
No. kind of upset. Looking forward to one.
I'm digging the Princess Leia hairdo. Kind of looks familiar.
You had that hairdo work a little early today.
Yes, I did. Apparently. It was an off day. Fold, Canna, and Vogt. You're in the third against Matt Shoemaker. Sam Fold worked the walk, stole a base, and scored the run in the first inning. Two balls, one strike. One strikeout, 2 walks, 2 hits allowed for Shoe. That is slapped inside the bag and down the line. Fold will get at least a double out of this. Joyce plays the carom cleanly. The throw goes to third. It's a leadoff double.
And the reason why I was able to hit that ball down the line that hard is because the fastball was upstairs. Left-handed batter just trying to make contact upstairs. You can have that level swing through the baseball and hit it hard down the line like that. If it's down at the knees, very difficult to hit it that hard and by your third baseman. So a mistake pitch to Matt Shoemaker. And we talked about, for the keys for Matt today in this game is to avoid those fastball counts. And when you're forced to throw a fastball, make sure it's down in the zone and away from the power swing.
Mark Canna, the left fielder, 0 for 1. He struck out in the first. He will look at a strike. Now that better location with a fastball sets up everything else for Matt.
And he looked comfortable throwing the fastball there.
Chopper towards short, backhanded by Ibar, off balance throw, Pujols off the bag. Tried to apply the tag on the way down. But Canna gets credited with an infield base hit. Fold stays at second.
Well, Eric got a lot on that throw too. High though, knowing he has to get that arm up quickly, the transfer and the strong throw, but a high throw. But he got a lot on it. Pujols tried to apply the tag. Canna at that point stepped on the base already. Nice effort though by Pujols. Up high, quick tag, already on the base though.
So 2 on and nobody out. Here's Vogt. Worked the walk in the first. No balls at a strike. Product of Azusa Pacific. Done a nice job for Oakland since being picked up by the Rays, or from the Rays, I should say. Chase that high fastball.
Still not exactly where Matt Shoemaker wanted to throw the fastball. Fortunate enough, you got Vogt to swing and chase.
And you still think it's perhaps a byproduct of trying to get a little extra.
Yeah, sometimes you try to muscle up, and when you muscle up on your fastball, it's straighter and usually upstairs in the strike zone or above the strike zone.
Oh, we saw with Jared a little bit the first 2 starts. And that is out to right and hit well. Cole is back at the wall, and that is gone. A 3-run home run. And it is 4-2 Oakland as Vogt hits his 4th of the season.
0-2. And a lot of the plate. 0-2 count, especially when you see a hitter aggressive. He's swinging the bat well this year. That's supposed to be a split. A lot of the plate. Now you just forget about it, move forward. Trust the offense here to come back.
Double, a single, and a home run. And here's Billy Butler. First one down and away. Butler singled off the base of the wall in center. He's 1 for 1. 11th home run hit by Oakland this year. This one pulled down a line off the glove of Freese, and that'll go possibly for extra bases. Butler on his way to second, and he is in there with a double. So multi-hit game for Butler. Nobody out here in the third.
First baseman, number 17, Mike Davis.
Well, another pitch. It was down, but it's right over the middle of the plate and right down the line by Butler. He is a doubles machine throughout his career. This is 4th double of the season, 2nd hit of this game, just off the glove of David Freese.
Butler with 32 doubles last year with Kansas City. 47 pitches thrown by Matt.
They're swinging the bat well this year.
Yeah, they
got
are.
67 runs scored in 13 games.
Yeah, this is not a team you want to be facing if you're going to be missing spots the way they've been swinging to start the year. Davis takes outside. Sac fly for Davis in the first. Picked up his 7th run batted in. That pitch may have gotten the lower part of the strike zone. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Double for Butler is 4th. That's out to center. Trout got a good jump on it, makes the catch. Butler holds it second, 1 away.
It's a 4th 2-0 count already in the game for Matt Shoemaker, missing a lot of spots. Unusual to see that from Shoemaker. 50 pitches thrown, 27 strikes, 23 out of the strike zone. But a number of those strikes are not where Matt generally throws the ball. He always avoids the middle part of the plate.
(4-2) Oakland here in the third, and here's Josh Reddick, who grounded out his first time up. Giavatello's out in shallow right. First one upstairs.
Another fastball upstairs. You said that a number of times already. We're only in the 3rd inning here for Matt Shoemaker. Unusual.
Two and 0.
5th 2-0 count for Matt in this game.
Not fooling many guys either. Reddick tracked that last pitch pretty well.
He'll be swinging if he gets a fastball.
Mike Butcher on the phone. Scrambling going on in the Angels' pen. And there's ball 4. 3rd walk of the game. And a prompt to visit. Look, Jose Alvarez getting ready. Matches a career high of the walks in a game for Shoemaker. It's the 4th time in his career he's done that.
Still a very close game at this point, so you got to get back on track as far as this getting that first pitch in there in the strike zone. He's had a couple 0-2 pitches he made mistakes with. Brett Laurie, an 0-2 fastball upstairs. He fought into the outfield for a hit. 0-2 split against Vogt. He hit out for a 3-run home run. You have to finish off when you get ahead of the count. But the important thing is getting it head first and then start moving the ball off the plate, especially the way they're swinging the bats right now. They're going to be even more aggressive than normal.
Brett Lawrie singled out to center in the second. 1 for 1. Over the off-speed pitch. Nice play by Iannetta. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Shot by Iannetta to keep that ball in front of him. Cannot afford to allow both these runners to move up in a scoring position.
This is popped up on the third base side. Freeze toward the railing. Might have a play, and he doesn't though. 2 extra rows of seats. Unable to get there.
And that pitch was not located well either. Sometimes as a pitcher, you just don't have a feel for your pitches on a given night. Just hoping some of those baseballs are hit at your defense. And then you can find it as the game progresses. But Oakland is not allowing Shoemaker to do so.
Are things compounded on a cool, dry night like tonight?
No, usually these are the nights you feel pretty good about it, because you're going to stay strong throughout your first pitch all the way to pitch number 100 or 110.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And another hitter's count. What do we say the key for him today for Matt Shoemaker? Avoid fastball counts.
.57 pitches thrown so far. Alvarez ready to go. Took just enough off of that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One thing that makes Matt Shoemaker so special when he's on the mound is he can use all his pitches and generally throw them all for strikes. Fastball counts, he can throw his slider, he can throw his curveball, changeup, or even a split for a strike to get back in the counts where they start looking off speed, then get the fastball by him.
Hey, you worry sometimes that a guy that had success as a rookie tries to overthink things the following season and tries to trick guys as opposed to just sticking. That's not the case here. It's just a matter of the command being off. 2-2. This is fouled off to the right.
Yeah, I mean, he's proven already in his first 2 starts, although not quite as crisp as we usually see from Shoemaker. The numbers are there. 2-0. He gave up 12 hits so far coming into this game. And his 12 and a third, but only 1 walk. But today it's a different story as far as the base on balls. It's really hurt him so far.
4-2 Oakland. 3-run home run by Vogt. 1 out. Butler at second. Reddick at first. Sogard on deck. The 2-2, and that slipped out of the hand. And a full count. Third full count for Shoemaker tonight. Now with Sogard on deck, you wonder if Lawrie reaches, if Mike Scioscia
I think he's
doesn't
going
go to
to.
Alvarez.
I think he would.
Shoemaker pitching with 1-2 extra days of rest. Richards rejoining the rotation. 3-2, got him swinging. 2 down.
Good spot on that pitch. Important strikeout for Shoemaker and the Angels here. Out in front, good split finger fastball. He stayed on top of that one very well. When you're throwing a split finger fastball, you have to stay on top. Otherwise, your elbow and wrist drop, and it runs out over the plate.
Yeah, because of the off day last week and Richards rejoining the rotation, 2 extra days of rest.
I never liked that as a pitcher, especially early in the year. Now, later in the year, you're okay with that little extra rest, but you're all about routines. your body tells you your routine as it goes along, all the workouts in between.
Sogard lined into a double play. That was to Pujols last inning.
Originally thought Shoemaker was going to pitch yesterday and Richards tonight, but when we go on that next road trip to Oakland, then play San Francisco, that would mean Garrett Richards would hit. And at this point, you want to make sure he just has a feel for the mound before he's up there swinging the bat and potentially running the bases. Mike Scioscia wanted to avoid that.
3-0 count. Semien on deck. Three and one.
You got to keep it close here. This Oakland club can pitch. Second in the American League as far as team ERA, 2.77. Bullpen strong again.
Yeah, they lead Major League Baseball with 5 shutouts already. First team in Major League Baseball history of 5 shutouts through the first 12 games. 3-1. Sogard lifts one out to center. It's playable for Trout. Limits the damage. Gave up the home run to Vogt. It's a 3-run shot, but nothing more. Top of the order coming up for the Halos, down 4-2. Of the third inning, top of the order coming up, and Gooby for Matt Shoemaker is just one of those things that command a little issue, but he did a nice job of limiting that damage.
Yeah, that's the big thing. That big split finger fastball, you got to swing and miss against Brett Laurie, was key for him to get through that inning, get the offense back out, and scoring some runs.
Well, if we had perhaps Darth Vader on the mound, maybe he'd do better, but on Star Wars night, you can only hope that those guys are around here to maybe help the Angels to victory.
That would be nice if they were just here to help out.
If you were Darth Vader right now, how would you impersonate him? Can you give me the breathing technique?
I always say that's the key to pitching is breathing.
Just breathing? How would it be? That's scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
It is Star Wars night here, and that's why our friends are here.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, Victor.
Gooby's buddies.
My good friends.
No doubt about it. Cole Calhoun.
My protection.
Mike Trout and Albert Pujols here in the third inning. Cole shoots one to short. Semien's there. One down. Well struck by Calhoun, but nothing to show for it. He's 0 for 2. And here comes Trout. Trout 1 for 1. Single to center, scored a run, pulls this one to short. Simeon bobbles it, not going to get Trout. Ball jumped up on him. That's an infield base hit.
Trout out of the batter's box. I think he got jammed enough, slow roller, but then that tough hop. Simeon tried to be quick, especially when you know the reputation of the speed of Trout going down the line. Unable to field it cleanly in the second error of the game for Oakland.
Albert singled and scored in the first. Trout takes off. The throw down is not in time. A stolen base.
I like that. You've got to be aggressive. Third stolen base of the season for Trout. 3 attempts. Good jump. Straight steal. Slide gets in there. Now in scoring position for Pujols, who had a sharp base hit his first at bat.
Two balls, no strikes.
Getting into one of those real good fastball counts for Pujols. .2-0 changeup. Pujols with 3 home runs last year against Oakland pitching. No question we'll get the green light here on a 3-0 count. Trying to get back in this game, respond to the 3-run home run by Vogt.
Matt Joyce on deck. Pujols pulls the off-speed pitch foul.
Well, as a hitter, though, when you're given a 3-0 count, you're just looking for a fastball. Surprising at Albert. He's upset with himself. He chased a slider.
That's out toward left center field, hit pretty well, and Canada's not going to get there. It's over his head. Pujols on his way to second. No, he'll slam on the brakes. Head back to first. It's an RBI single, 4-3 Oakland.
Well, we've seen some of the longest, hardest singles in a long time. Butler earlier, and now Pujols. This ball was crushed. Well, it's right down the heart of the plate now. That's a perfect swing on a fastball count. Albert Pujols picking up a 7th RBI. One hops the wall. Kind of gets it in quickly. Strong throwing arm. He's done a nice job out in left field. Wise decision by Pujols to stay there. Albert, 32nd in the all-time RBI list. Chipper Jones, the next, ahead of Pujols. Harold Baines, I helped out there.
With Harold?
Yeah, oh yeah. He used to stand about a mile off the plate. I didn't think he could touch an outside fastball, but he did.
Matt Joyce takes inside for ball 1. Pujols picks up his 7th RBI. Cuts the Angels' deficit to 1 run. Two balls, no strikes. Joyce grounded out to the first baseman, Ike Davis, in the first inning. A fantastic backhanded play by the A's first baseman. At that point, saved at least a run, if not more. Took something off. 2-1.
Well, that cut fastball. He's shown now so far, even though he's a young pitcher, he doesn't necessarily throw a fastball in a fastball count. 3-0 count to Albert, he didn't. That time to Joyce. A 3-1 fastball, he did throw the poles. That'll make you shy away from throwing those.
Joyce certainly didn't have his mind made up on that swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fooled on the breaking ball.
What a typical Oakland A's versus Angel game. Close game. Battle back and forth.
Off speed again. Fouls it. That's a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 1 out. Now Albert over at first base. A little more cut action on that one, down and in. Yeah, gets away from Vogt. Pujols advances on the wild pitch. Ball got kind of caught up with home plate umpire Mark Wegner. So Albert takes advantage of it. He ends up at second.
Pitch in the dirt. Should have been blocked by Vogt on that one, but gets away. Albert able to advance now in a scoring position. Catch a base hit, can tie the game up.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and that pitch was in off the plate. 2 down.
Right back in with that 2-seam fastball to run to try to catch a corner, but off the corner, it gets the call. Had that pitch called first batter of the game against Cole Calhoun. That one looked like it got the plate. That one didn't.
So 2 outs and Pujols at second. And here's David Freese. One and out. That is in there. Freese now with 9 runs batted in with the 2 RBI single he had in the first inning. 4-3 Oakland. We're just in the third. Punch, counter punch so far in the early goings of this ball game. Pickoff attempt and Albert back in there.
Albert threw some dirt at Sogard. Albert trying to get that good secondary lead to score on the base hit into the outfield. Going to need that, especially with these arms we've seen from Oakland in the outfield. So it's important to get that secondary lead, expand it as the pitch is being thrown. Real strong arms and aggressive charging the baseball. Very accurate arm out in right field with Reddick.
That's off the body, a foul. Evens up the count at 2-2. Ivor on deck. Here comes the 2-2. Inside. Full count.
Got around that slider. Trying to muscle up on this pitch. He's shown he will throw something off speed on a 3-2 count. As a hitter, you look for patterns.
Here's the payoff.
Almost split. Especially when you haven't seen him before. It is your second time through for now Freese, who had a base hit his first at bat. You look for something. Now when you're in that dugout or in the on-deck circle, you're looking for tendencies you see during a sequence of pitches. Most pitchers fall into those sequences and don't vary from that as the game progresses, especially if things are going pretty well.
Well, time is called. Boat's going to go out there to talk it over. So the Oakland A's called the bullpen, and Freese fouls this one back. Dan Otero, first man up for Bob Melvin. Graveman at 57 pitches. So both starters. I mean, for Shoemaker's been the command. For Graveman, it's just been just little things that have kind of popped up on him. More specifically, Trout and Pujols. And now just trying to get rid of Freese. Trout and Pujols 4 for 4 already tonight. Rolling over the breaking ball, but protecting the strike zone.
Trout with 2 runs scored. He's got a stolen base also in this game. 58 pitches thrown from Graveman. Decent strike to ball ratio.
Another conversation here.
Certainly an advantage as a hitter, because eventually your defense playing behind you are going to be on their heels instead of their toes. A lot of conversations going back and forth between Vogt and Graveman. Sometimes when you're not ready with your prep step, you don't make the play.
This one's out to center field. Sam Fulton's racing in, dives, and he makes the catch. Robs Freese of a base hit and an RBI, and that'll do it for the Halos. They do get a run on the single by Pujols. 3 in the books. And it's a 4-3 Oakland lead.
Boy, what an aggressive dive by Fold in center field to catch it.
Chevrolet. Top of the fourth inning, 4-3 Oakland. And the first one here is a strike. Semien, Fold, and Canna. Matt Shoemaker, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 6 hits allowed. And Semien gets into one toward left field. Joyce will watch this one go into the seats. And the A's get that run back. It is 5-3. A hanging breaking ball from Matt Shoemaker gives Semien his second home run of the season.
Mike Scioscia going to go to the bullpen. Clearly, Matt Shoemaker just didn't have a feel for his pitches tonight. Part of reason to say to be successful against Oakland, keep the ball in the yard. 2 home runs for them and hitting your spots. Down and in a zone where a young hitter especially is going to jump on it. Semien did. Second home run.
Pitching change here in the fourth. And Oakland leading at 5-3.
Now pitching for your Angels, number 48, Jose Alvarez.
Five runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, just didn't have a feel. That's last time Matt Shoemaker lost a game was back in August 6th. That was against the Dodgers and lost that game 2-1.
Turning it out. Who's in? Who is out? Shoemaker is out. Jose Alvarez on in relief here. 7th game. He's given up 5 earned runs at 5 1/3. Facing left-hand hitting Sam Fold, who made a fantastic play to end the Angels' half of the third. No balls, 2 strikes. This one bounced foul. Fold has been on board twice with a walk in the first inning and a double in the third. He has scored 2 runs. Also picked up his first stolen base of the year, and that was in the first inning. One and 2. Chopper to the right side. Pujols. Flip to Alvarez, departing the mound area, but he's there for the first out. Hey folks, the Angels will host the Texas Rangers on Friday. That's the first of 3, and that game time is at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an MVP blanket courtesy of Yokohama Tire while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today by visiting the Angels Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com.
You mentioned Alvarez a little bit late getting over their first base, but he had that good angle to be able to cut that distance away because Sanford runs well down the line, made it a very close play. Good feed too from Albert Pujols.
Mark Canha, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss.
That's a pretty hard swing.
No doubt about it. A strikeout and a single for Canha, and also a run scored. Canha with 3 doubles and a home run, 7 RBIs to start his rookie campaign. On the corner, 1-2. Career .285 batting average in the minor leagues. 5 seasons, a total of 68 home runs. And an on-base percentage of .375. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. 2 down.
Well, he doesn't get cheated even with 2 strikes on him. A little cut fastball underneath the hands, pulled off. Canha did on that swing, but a well located pitch by Alvarez.
Vogt with a walk and a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. Pulled foul.
0-2 pitch it was also, like the count is right now.
Vogt broke his bat, so he'll get some new lumber. Seven hits for Oakland. Halos with 4. Angels in the bottom of the 4th have Ibar, Cron, and Iannetta coming up. One and 2. 2 home runs allowed by Shoemaker. Second time he's done that this year. His first start of the season against Seattle up at Safeco. With the 3 walks, matches a career high for him, which is very unusual for him to walk so many. This one's lifted in the air, playable for Matt Joyce. And shallow and left. Alvarez comes in, gets the job done. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It is 5-3 Oakland. as well as all the highlights from the Diamond, plus all the latest rumors out of New York on the eve of the NFL Draft. You can see Fox Sports Live tonight at 11 on Fox Sports 1, or see it simulcast right here on Fox Sports West. Star Wars night here at the Big A. Oakland up 5-3. Kendall Graveman's back out on the mound. Nobody loosening as of right now for Oakland as Eric Ibar will lead things off. And he will look at a strike. Ibar, Crone, and Iannetta. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 hits allowed for Graveman. Eric reached on the error by the pitcher. The bouncer to the first baseman Davis made a nice play on, but Graveman dropped the baseball. Off speed is in there.
Got a pretty good split finger fastball that he uses for his changeup.
Tap and foul.
Graveman's throwing a lot of all-speed pitches. There's a lot of room in right center field for Ibar. If he can just stay back long enough to drive that ball, he can run for a long time. That angle right there, you can see all the way over as far as the ability to drive the ball and hit and get to that alley and be able to get an extra base hit, especially on an all-speed pitch.
He's worked the inside part of the plate to lefties fairly well tonight. Strikeout of Joyce, perhaps on a pitch in off the plate. It's still called a strike. But he's given them something to think about. Two balls, 2 strikes. This one down the left field line. That's got a chance, and it just tails foul. Still a 2-2. Four-game series against Oakland and Texas in for 3. Full count.
It's good at bat for Ibar so far. At the full count. He's got that good speed also. If he get on, he might be able to steal a base.
10th pitch of the plate appearance, and there's ball 4. So leadoff man on board. Second walk by Graveman.
And now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. As a pitcher, when you get over the first base, it's all about that angle. It's a nice play by Davis, but not able to get there, going across the base. It was a perfect feed. But if you're looking at home, little leaguers, you got to look the ball into the glove and then find the base and then turn towards the field, not the foul line. Dangerous play, unable to make the play, took the eye off the baseball.
TJ Crone rolled into a double play the second. So he's 0 for 1 as Dan Otero begins to loosen once again. He was up in the third. Really, one swing of the bat. It's a brand new ball game here. 2-0.
And for C.J. Cron, you don't want to chase anything downstairs. A sinker ball pitcher. He's looking to get a ground ball. You want to elevate one of those sinking fastball, bring it upstairs. Kurt Young, who's done a fantastic job. He's the A's pitching coach. Remember, they lost Samardzija and Lester off the staff, yet they're, you mentioned, what, 5 shutouts already this season without those two. Kurt Young has done a great job.
I mentioned that it's the most in Major League Baseball in that short amount of time to start the season. The 1913 Phillies had 5 shutouts in the first 12 games, but one of those was a 0-0 tie.
So they did have ties.
Figured your Phillies would play for a tie.
Right now, I think they'd like that. They're struggling.
2-0. 3 balls, no strikes. This may be his last batter. Chris Iannetta's on deck.
Torres is a sinker ball pitcher himself.
And Graveman kind of reminds me of him a little bit. Tall, lanky righty.
Yeah, just a little bit more on the fastball, but very similar.
Quick throw to first, and boy, I tell you what, if that throw is on the base runner side, they get eyeball. It looked like Eric was leaning.
Didn't seem like Davis was even ready. Yeah, he was definitely going. He had him. He's got a quick move. I mean, a lot of times when you're a pitcher, you just pick off, you're going to go right back again.
Off the plate, there's ball 4. So back-to-back walks. I imagine Melvin might be coming out here. Chris Iannetta coming up. And there he comes, right on cue. So that's going to be it. So both starting pitchers get knocked out in the 4th inning. Graveman, however, will depart with a lead. First 2 on board. It is a 5-3 A's lead.
Inspired performance, and by Heffernan Insurance Brokers, insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Oakland's on top 5-3. We're just in the bottom of the 4th inning. Both starting pitchers out of the ball game in the 4th. It's Dan Otero on in relief. You see Kendall Graveman's number 73 pitches. 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. And he departs after back-to-back walks to start the 4th. And I mentioned earlier, I think it was last inning, that Mike Trout and Albert Pujols 4 for 4. Trout was originally given a single, but then it was changed to an error on Semien. So that's why one of the runs is unearned for Graveman. 5 games for Otero, 0-1 record, 4 innings of work, 3 earned runs. Facing Chris Iannetta. First pitch swinging, and he bounces one to short. And play goes to third, and there's the first out.
That's a good play by Semien. Because of that, you would have to backhand and make a long throw back to second base to get the force out there. Wise decision to throw right to third base. off the end of the bat. Not going to be able to turn two. Get that force out at third base. You still have a force out in your infield.
Chris just overly aggressive. Trying to create something with the struggles to start the year as Giavotella steps in, and he will look at a strike. Giavotella rolled into a fielder's choice at end of the second.
Otero is definitely a guy that keeps the ball down. Fastball 87-91, slider changeup.
One ball, one strike.
Otero doesn't give up many home runs. Last year, only 4 home runs in 86 2/3 innings pitched. The year before, 0 in 39 innings pitched for Oakland.
Inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's in for a strike. Lower part of the strike zone. And it is 2-2. Cole Calhoun on deck. Back-to-back walks. Graveman departs, and Otero gets on in to swing at the first pitch. Hits into a fielder's choice. So 1 out, first and second. Down by 2. Down goes Giavotella. 2 outs. So it'll be up to Cole now.
The pitch before on the inside corner came right back with a 2-seam fastball. Started on that inside corner and then ran it off the plate. And a swing and miss. Usually as a hitter, you're not swinging at that pitch unless the pitch before was on that inside corner and called a strike.
Halo's now 2 for 7 with men in scoring position tonight. Pulled foul, 0-2.
The A's so far tonight had a couple mistake pitches on 0-2. Brett Lawrie with a base hit. Even Vogt with a 3-run home run on an 0-2 pitch. Cole Calhoun looking for the same.
Cole strikes out swinging. The Angels waste a golden opportunity. 4 complete, 5-3 Oakland. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday's a 4 o'clock start here. And the Texas Rangers in town for 3 beginning on Friday night. Don't forget Wednesday's game is on KCOP May 13. Jose Alvarez back to work here in the 5th. 5-3 Oakland. Butler, Davis, and Reddick. The first one is downstairs. Alvarez, after Shoemaker gave up the leadoff home run to Simeon in the 4th inning, came in and retired. The 3 batters, Fold, Canna, and Vogt. Butler's been on board twice with a single and a double. Caught the corner to even the count. Double for Butler in the 3rd inning, his 4th of the season. Signing a 3-year deal in the offseason. A deal that probably surprised quite a few people about Major League Baseball, with Oakland committing the dollars to Butler.
I think it's a good decision for Oakland. He fits in that mold where he's a contact guy, puts the ball in play, gap type hitter.
Tapper foul. And it's 2-2. Butler a career high 29 home runs, 107 runs batted in for Kansas City back in 2012.
I still think he's more of a gap to gap hitter than a home run hitter. He got into that mode. He was trying to hit home runs.
Fouled back. 2-2 still.
It was double since 2009, 3rd in baseball. Cano, Cabrera ahead of him, 235. You know, with his speed, he's hitting a lot of those really well to be getting doubles. He's not a guy that's going to necessarily beat him out as far as doubles. He can hit the gaps well.
Ike Davis on deck, Josh Reddick after him.
Pretty good spot.
Yeah.
That's where you want to go in. If you're going fastball in against Butler, you want to hit the upper part of the strike zone, and he touched that upper part.
Three-two.
He backed it up again with the same pitch. I think either one of them.
So a leadoff walk.
Right there, upper part of the strike zone. You get the call. Both those pitches, exact same spot.
Ike Davis, sac fly in the 1st inning, picked up his 7th run batted in. Skied one to center in the 3rd. So he's 0 for 1. Davis, 28 years of age, former 1st-round pick of the Mets back in 2008. Arizona State. So a little frustrated there as he steps out of the batter's box.
And he chased a high strike.
Reaching for that one again. It's an 0-2 count. Shallow center field. Here comes Mike Trout. One down.
Pretty good closing speed by Trout.
Hey, folks, you can follow the Halos all season long with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is the Up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet today. One out, one on. Josh Reddick coming up. Reddick go for one, a ground ball is short, and a walk. Moore getting ready. Ground ball to the left side. Going to be tough to turn two. They'll get the lead runner, I should say. Butler retired for round number 2. Reddick reaches on the fielder's choice.
No panic as far as trying to rush that throw. You're not going to get a double play. Reddick runs well, and Butler able to force him out at second.
2 outs now. Brett Laurie up. A's third baseman singled in the second inning and struck out in the third. 5-3 Oakland. We're in the 5th. Laurie last year just got into 70 games with the Blue Jays. A couple of stints on the DL. 247 for him. Check in on Reddick over at first.
And we've seen a few of those throws over the first base at odd times, especially with 2 outs, to check in, and next thing you know, the high throw gets away from Pujols.
This one's out to center field. Chase Trout back a couple of steps, but he's there. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Trout, Pujols, Joyce coming up for the Halos. It's 5-3 A's. Against Dan Otero. Got high netted, hitting a fielder's choice, and then struck out Giavotella and Calhoun to end the Angels' threat in the 4th. Trout is 1 for 2. And he will look at the strike. Mike has picked up a stolen base. He's scored 2 runs. Otero last year against the Angels pitched in 9 games and allowed no runs. 9 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. This one's skied on the first base side. Davis into foul territory. Rayleigh, and he got it. Wow, what a play by Ike Davis at the last second. Reaching for that ball, hit the bench with the glove and hangs on to it.
Now, you don't make that play unless you get to that railing right away and just keep your eye on the baseball. Got there, looked exactly where he was, and then reaches as far as he can go. And with the bench there, hits his wrist as he catches the baseball and still holds on to that pop-up. Great play by Davis. He's made some outstanding plays in this game.
Albert looks at a strike. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and an RBI.
That knew exactly where he was able to reach over and make an unbelievable play. Well, when you're on the mound, you got defense like that behind you. Especially, you don't have to deal with Mike Trout anymore. When you have a defender make a play like that, you're happy.
One ball, 2 strikes. Going back to Otero and his numbers against the Angels, it wasn't just last year, his career. 12 games. He's never allowed a run, earned or otherwise. Off speed. It's 2-2.
Yeah, every pitch is pretty much at the knees or below.
Yeah, I mean, and he's given up hits. 15 and 2/3 innings total, 12 hits. They've had base runners. Just when push comes to shove, he nails it down. This one's out towards center field. Sam Fuld going back. The warning track will make the catch. Not that Albert may have gotten that one towards the end of the bat there. 2 down.
Yeah, I was just going to say he doesn't give up many of those baseballs in the air. Albert hit that pretty well, the deepest part of the yard, and Fuld able to catch it. The reason why he gives up a lot of hits, but when you're a sinker ball pitcher, you're still only 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, getting a double play ball. And if you don't give up home runs, you have to bunch together 2-3 hits to score.
3 pretty good plate appearances for Albert tonight. Joyce looks at a strike and a fastball. Matt, the cleanup hitter in left field, 0 for 2. Ground down and a strikeout looking. Two and 1.
Well, you can see all the pitches he's throwing to Joyce. The first pitch was probably the best pitch for Joyce to do some damage. 2 pitches down below the knees.
Sky to shallow center. Simeon going out. He calls off Fuld. The center fielder calls off the youngster. And the Angels go down in order. 5 in the books. 5-3 Oakland. Baseball is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. On a mission to save you money. Log on to MercuryInsurance.com to get a fast, free quote and see how much you could save. And by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Jose Alvarez still on the mound for the Halos. He'll be facing Eric Sogard. Oakland still leads the game 5-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Another one of those close, solid games between these two rivals.
First pitch swinging is Sogard. Lines with Nicole Calhoun. That may be it for Alvarez with Moore getting ready.
That's a tough play for Calhoun.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Angels.
The reason why I say that's a tough play, because that's right in that bank of lights. Hit on the line like that, running in, just kind of looking for an area to look up, catch it.
Simeon homered in the 4th inning, his 2nd of the season. 9th RBI. Check swing, bouncer out in front of the mound. And then a low throw dug out by Albert. 2 down.
Good communication too. Alvarez was coming in on the baseball, but an easier play for the catcher and Chris Iannetta to field that baseball with the momentum going forward. Off the end of the bat, communication right away, and had to deal with the bat also. Throw over the Pujols, who's able to get Simeon out. That's the 2nd out.
Location of that ball there is almost on the verge of almost better option for the pitcher. It looked like off the bat that it was going to die there in front of the plate. Clearly the catcher's ball, but it seemed to kind of roll out a little bit further than
I think too. Chris thinking in turn, especially with a lefty, it becomes a longer throw. You have to spin around and make the throw to the first base. And Simeon runs well.
It just got crossed up with nobody on base. Looking breaking ball, got a fastball.
And that's the opposite way. I mean, if you're going to be crossed up, you'd rather be looking fastball and get a breaking ball, not the other way like that. He's looking breaking ball, gets a fastball instead. Didn't miss the zone by a lot either.
Full to center fielders walked, doubled, and grounded out. 1 for 2. Double, his 5th of the season. And a fine diving catch in the 3rd inning. Rob Freese of a base hit and an RBI. At which point would have tied the game up at 4 had that fallen. 2-1. That is out toward right center field. Cole Calhoun moving back into his right, still going out, and he'll make the catch. As Alvarez has himself a 1-2-3-6. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still, Halos down by 2. David Freese to lead things off here. Dan Otero still on the mound. First one gets by Vogt. 1 ball, no strikes. David 1 for 2 with that 2 RBI single in the first inning. Eric Ibar on deck. C.J. Cron after that. And that's hit out toward right center field. Sam Fuld, the center fielder, is there. 1 out.
Now it's time for the Carl's Jr. Sports Update around the majors. Simon says Tigers have baseball's best record. Alfredo Simon again threw the ball very well. They beat the Yankees 2-1. He's 3-0 this year. Can the Mariners maintain their mojo? They came back. They were down by 4 runs in the 9th inning yesterday. Came back to win. They lead. Well, they were leading Houston 5-4, but the Astros just tied it up 5-5. Nelson Cruz with 2 more RBI now, 16.
Eric Ibar shooting one down the left field line, and he is on his way to second with a 1-out double. First extra base hit of the season for Eric Ibar.
And it's good to see him just go with the pitch. He let his hands stay back. Hits that ball over Brett Laurie's head. See, this is the thought of potentially a bunt. Brings your third baseman in. He hits that ball over his head for a double. That's why it's always important, if you're a guy with good speed at the plate, just show a bunt at times. Bring those corner infielders in.
Cron takes downstairs. Cron's 0 for 1, a double play ball in the second inning, walked in the fourth. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Otero's gone 2 1/3 so far. 2 strikeouts. 1 hit allowed. That's that double that Ibar just picked up. 5th hit of the night for the Angels. And this is lofted out to shallow right center field. Reddick calls off Fuld, and trying to tag it head to third is Ibar. Heck of a throw by Reddick, but Eric is in there. They throw 2 outs.
Pretty good idea now. What we talked about as far as always being cautious about taking an extra base against Reddick. He's calling off Fuld. He knows he's got in a good position to throw the ball, and a perfect throw right on the bases, a little bit away. You see that arm strength that he has.
I can understand with nobody on base, Sam Fuld wanting to call off Reddick, but with someone on base,
no,
I would defer to the right fielder.
With that arm.
Yeah. A man at third, 2 down. Here's Chris Iannetta, 0 for 1. Chris walked in the second, hit into a fielder's choice in the fourth. Halo's now 2 for 9 tonight with men in scoring position. So the opportunities have been there. Just haven't capitalized. The Angels came in batting just 194 in those situations on the season. Had that big game Wednesday against Texas. Chopper to third. At 2 for 10 with men in scoring position. 6 in the books, 5-3 Oakland. Both Jose Alvarez and Dan Otero have really calmed things down here as both starters struggled tonight, but Oakland leads it by 2 runs. Here in the 7th, Mike Morin was called upon to face the middle part of the order for the Athletics. 6 games, no record, 4 1/3 innings. He's allowed 2 earned runs, and that was the home run that he allowed the other day to Robbie Grossman in Houston.
And is trying to still make those consistent pitches to left-handed batters. Fastball, solid fastball, 90-94. Good slider, excellent plus changeup. The key here tonight for this game, certainly Spates Age Glove song. It's all about making plays defensively to keep the game close. Pujols has made some solid plays. Cole Calhoun himself, Chris Iannetta on that check swing made a nice play, just trying to keep it close, try to win a game with the glove as the bats continue to struggle, especially with runners in scoring position.
Canna, Vogt, and Butler, 2, 3, and 4 for the Athletics here in the 7th. Canna is 1 for 3. So he takes a big rip at a 94-mile-per-hour fastball and fouls it straight back. A single with a couple of punch-outs. 1 run scored. Left fielder tonight. Jose Alvarez, 3 innings, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Everything else zeros. Good off-speed pitch, 1-2. I think he'd be susceptible to get another one.
Bounce it. Keep it away, though. He's got pretty good power down and in. Tell by his swing, and a good uppercut swing, so anything on the inner half and down, he's going to make a good pass at it.
That's a called strike 3, 1 down.
Boy, that was nasty. 70-mile-an-hour changeup. Now, Mike Morin has 2 different types of changeups. One to a right-handed batter, different one to a left-handed batter. Great location. As a hitter, it's so difficult to stay back on the changeup. Turns it over. It's slightly different grip to a right-handed batter as compared to a left-handed batter. He'll have more of a cut-type action to a righty. But the speed, perfect at 70.
Vogt lays off a changeup, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. 3-run home run for Vogt in the 3rd. 1 for 2 game. He's also walked. It was his 4th home run of the season. Now with 12 runs batted in. 2 balls and no strikes. Matt Shoemaker got the start tonight. Gave up 5 runs all earned. 7 hits, including 2 home runs allowed. 3 innings plus 1 batter. The pitch missed upstairs. Oh, it's a called strike, pardon me, 2-1. Congratulations apparently are in order.
A little quack quack.
Yeah.
Ducks.
Ducks. 3-1 now.
They're unbelievable in the 3rd period.
They are.
Tied it up. Winning in overtime.
Up 3 games to none. They play Wednesday, right? Winnipeg?
Yeah.
3-1. Jammed him. A flared Eric Ibar. A couple of steps onto the outfield grass, 2 down.
Yeah, I think they're up 3-0, but all 3 of these games have been very tight.
At 6 p.m. Ducks live pregame show. Kent Frenchie. Having a blast in Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah.
Setting the table. He is a table setter.
Yes, he is. And boy, Kessler tied the game up there in the 3rd period.
Butler looks at a fastball that looked pretty good. It's 1-0. Single and a double and a walk. He's been on board all 3 times. Oakland has action in their bullpen, a lefty. Fernando Abad getting ready. Evan Scribner, the righty, also playing catch.
.2-0 slider that just missed off the outside corner.
Fastball on the inside part of the plate. And it's 3-1. The Angels have 9-1-2 coming up. Giavotella, Calhoun, and Trout. Full count. Butler yesterday against Kansas City went 0 for 2, had 2 walks, snapped season opening hitting streak of 12 games.
When he threw that changeup right on the outside corner.
That was pulled to short. One hopper to Eric Ibar. Moore with a 1-2-3-7. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Halos down by 2.
Drive the all-new 2015 Subaru Forester or go to Subaru.com to learn more.
Johnny Giavotella to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Angels down 5-3. Dan Otero has gone 3 innings. 2 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed. Giavotella 0 for 2. He struck out against Otero in the 4th.
Continuing to have that great success against the Angels. Otero hitting his spots, fastballs in, sliders away.
Another 0-2. Breaking ball down and away. 1-2. Lefty and a righty for Oakland. Abad and Scribner. The Angels have action in their pen as well. 1 inning outing for Morin. 1-2-3 7th. Giavotella strikes out for the first out here in the 7th. Hey folks, stay tuned later tonight in the postgame show for the Business of Sports, brought to you by AutoNation.com and powered by AutoNation Toyota. Cole is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a lineout.
Start him off with a changeup. Same exact arm slot, fastball, changeup. Big piece out of the bullpen. Not only can get some ground balls, but give you length.
0-2. Trout on deck. Fernando Salas getting ready. He'll pitch the 8th. Davis, Reddick, and Lowry due up. Cole fouls it back. The pitch was up, but fastball. Cole tried to shoot the other way.
Cole was trying to set the table, get on base for Trout and Pujols.
2-2. 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, and 5 left on for Oakland. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 5 left on for the Angels. Graveman, the starter for Oakland, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned in 3 innings. Matt Shoemaker, command off. 3 walks for Shoe, 3 innings. And Cole strikes out for the second out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Otero. He has 4. His domination against the Angels just continues.
He's turning over a little changeup. Stays downstairs once again with the pitch. It's another swing and miss. He's been outstanding coming in the bullpen for Bob Melvin tonight.
Trout 1 for 3, singled and scored in the first inning. Popped out in foul territory in the 5th. A great play by Davis in the dugout. Mike takes downstairs. This one pulled to third. Lowry has it. What a play by the third baseman. And the Angels are done here in the 7th. Heck of a play at the hot corner.
That was outstanding reflexes. Brett Lowry, it's a missile. Catches it. Strong throw to get Trout at first.
David Freese with 2 on. Base hit into center field gives the Halos a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the first inning after Oakland scored 1 first, but Steve Vogt on an 0-2 pitch from Matt Shoemaker, 3-run home run to right center field, giving the lead back to Oakland, and Marcus Semien solo shot, his second of the season difference. 5-3 Oakland leads here in the top of the 8th inning.
Fernando Salas takes over on the mound for the Angels here at the top of the 8th inning. Dan Otero and Stephen Vogt talking things over as Otero has been fantastic. Scoreless 4. Salas 5 games, no record. He's allowed 3 earned runs at 4 2/3. First pitch swinging is Ike Davis. No balls and a strike on the first baseman, who's 0 for 2. 2 fly balls to center. He had 1 to left, and that was a sacrifice fly. So tack on 4 more. 19 2/3 scoreless innings for Dan Otero in his career against the Angels.
I think when you look back at that pitch he made to Chris Iannetta, especially with 2 on, gets a force out and then back-to-back punch-outs to get through the 4th inning, just when you thought that the Angels were in position to take the lead potential, or at the very least tie this game up.
Yeah, the back-to-back walks to start that 4th. Graveman was lifted at that point. Ground ball to second. Giavatelli out, shallow right. 1 down. Fans, the Halos take on the Rangers on Saturday at 6:05. Join us for a pregame ceremony featuring all 3 Angels MVPs. All fans in attendance will receive an MVP collectible card set, and that is while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or online at angels.com. Ace right fielder Josh Reddick fouling off the first offering. 0 for 2 today. Ground down, a walk and a fielder's choice. Short schedule throughout Major League Baseball. Only one other game that is still ongoing. That's up in Seattle. 5-5 Astros and the Mariners. Top of the 7th. Everything else in the books. Oh, 2. Boston beat Baltimore 7-1. That was Patriots Day. Little Monday game.
A lot of rain there in Boston.
Yeah. Detroit defeated New York 2-1. White Sox over Cleveland 4-3. Kansas City continues to roll 7-1 over the Twins. They're now 10-3.
Detroit 11-2.
Yeah.
We've done that too without Justin Verlander, who's been on the DL since the start of the season.
San Diego beat Colorado 14-3. Cubs calling up Addison Russell. He'll be in the big leagues tomorrow.
So they're going to play him at second.
Keep Starlin Castro at short. Down goes Reddick. 2 outs. Russell is 21 years of age. Originally in the A system, first round pick out of Pace High School in Miami.
Our other big prospect, Chris Bryant, I think had 3 hits today in the game for Chicago.
Then the Reds beat Milwaukee 6-1. Milwaukee continues to struggle. Letter Fron Rennick, he's in some serious trouble. No, Brian Price, the manager of the Reds, is probably going to get in some trouble for a tirade that he had today.
Yeah, he said a few words.
Yeah. He said a few words over and over again.
Yeah.
Here it is, 5-3 Oakland. No balls, 2 strikes.
When just looking at that swing from Brett Lower, you can tell he wants something on the inner part of the plate, just bailing out. If you throw something on the inside corner, middle in, it's going to be hit hard away, more difficult to make contact.
That's a called strike 3 and a 1-2-3 frame. Angels pitchers have retired 10 consecutive batters, but still trail at 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. A couple of changes for the Oakland A's. And we'll tell you about that in just a second as we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. It did not start well for the Angels as far as Matt Shoemaker's concerned. Command was an issue for him. The offense kind of got him back into it. It slipped away. Now everything is calmed down as far as the pitching on both sides. The Angels have had a number of opportunities. I think 2 for 10 tonight with men in scoring position. But Dan Otero just continues to really dominate.
He just threw the ball so well. But the important thing was the bullpen for the Angels that kept it close. You're only a base hit and a home run away from a tie ball game. That's what you have to think of right now. Getting that key hit with a runner in scoring position. We have not seen that in a while.
New outfielder. It's a left fielder, Craig Gentry, taking over for Mark Canha. And Evan Scribner takes over on the mound for Dan Otero. Scribner pitching in his 5th game this year. No record of .235 ERA, 7 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 1 walk. He'll face Pujols, Joyce, and Freese for the Halos here in the 8th. Albert will look at a strike. The Angels are just happy to have anything or anyone out there not named Otero. Slider just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Albert tonight 2 for 3, 2 singles. Also lined down to Sam Fuld in center field. That was in the 5th. Broken bat roller to the left side. Brett Laurie, third baseman, scoops it up. 1 down. Up steps Matt Joyce. Stick around after the last out. Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Patrick O'Neill and Jose Mota will break it down. Alex Curry helping out as well.
Scribner not overpowering himself. Fastballs 87-91. Slider, curveball. A lot of all-speed pitches. And keeps the ball down in the strike zone also.
Spent most of the year AAA last year's Joyce grounds 1 to 2nd. At James. 2 down. 0 for 4 night for Joyce. And that'll bring up David Freese. Mike Scioscia looking for the answer offensively for this ball club. Is coming into tonight's ball game. Mike Trout hitting .364, and the rest of the Angels hitting collectively .200. And while it's nice to see Trout get 4, maybe 5 plate appearances each night, it's difficult to win ball games with just one guy in that lineup producing.
It forces you to be perfect on the mound.
And it is early. I mean, it's just the beginning of the 3rd week. They'll find their groove. See what I did there?
Oh, that was very good. That's a good segue. Especially when you see Don Baylor. Groove.
Freese lines one to Davis. The Angels are down in order. We head to the 9th. 5-3 Oakland. 2-3. Fernando Salas is back out for a second inning of work. He had himself a nice 8th inning, including a couple of strikeouts. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 here in the 9th inning. Sogard, Simeon, and Fold. Eric Sogard 0 for 3.
Sogard hit a ball pretty hard last at bat. Calhoun made a nice play on that line drive to right field.
This one down the left field line, and that is a fair ball. Sogard on his way to second with a leadoff double. That's his second of the year.
Shortstop, number 10, Marcus Simeon.
It's going the other way, pitch away, but it was up enough above the knees to hit that ball right down the left field line for a double. Well, the Angels potentially looking for a bunt here.
Simeon 1 for 3 with a home run in the 4th inning. Oakland 3 for 7 with men in scoring position tonight. Freeze even with a bag at third. Pujols near the cut of the grass at first. Lifts it out to right. Cole comes. Goes right behind the baseball, tagging, heading to third as Sogard. The throw from Cole is a pretty good one. But Sogard gets in there ahead of the tag.
Boy, Freeze was trying to bait him, make him think it wasn't coming in. The third bases stood there with a strong throw all the way in the air. A great job, like you said, Victor, getting behind the baseball to have momentum going forward, and then the throw. Sogard just gets his hand in.
And keeps that hand there. You know, sometimes the hand passes and the foot reaches. David applies the tag and keeps it there just in case that hand comes off.
Once in a while, you might want to push that hand off. Just saying.
Fastball upstairs. Sam Fold 1 for 3.
I'm going to force that infield in now.
Yep. Living dangerously upstairs. No Sean Doolittle in the bullpen for Oakland. A's, as a matter of fact, have just 1 save on the season. Jesse Chavez has that. Two and 1.
Trying to stay inside on him with a fastball to try to jam him.
This one's out to left field, not very deep. Joyce is there. Sogard tagging. Here comes a throw from Joyce. It's up the first base line, nowhere near home plate. It's 6-3 Oakland. Sac fly for Fold as he picks up his 4th RBI.
Fly ball at the Matt Joyce. Tried to get around the baseball and have a better shot at a clear throw to the plate. It ends up being up the first baseline. Ideally, you want to catch that ball on your throwing side. And up the line, no play at the plate. Sogard with good speed scores the 6th run of the game for Oakland.
Craig Gentry came in defensively last half inning. First plate appearance for him. Gentry 0 for 17 to start the year. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Lifted in the air. Down the right field line. Giamatella cutting over to foul territory. Makes the catch. And we will head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Looks like Tyler Clippard getting ready to come into the ball game for the Oakland A's. Halos are down 6-3.
You're in the bottom of the ninth, and now it's time for In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by Kia. Stephen Vogt having a solid start of the season, 1 for 3 tonight with a 3-run home run on an 0-2 pitch. Gave the A's a 4-2 lead. Now has 4 home runs and 12 RBI, which leads the A's in both those categories and hitting well over 300 to boot.
Halos here in the ninth inning have Ibar, Crone, and Iannetta coming up. And it's right-hander Tyler Clippard on in relief. Picked up in the offseason trade with the Washington Nationals in exchange for shortstop Yunel Escobar, who was an Oakland Athletic very briefly. Clippard last year with the Nats, 7-4, 2.18 ERA, 75 games. Matter of fact, the last 5 seasons, he has pitched at least 72 games for the Washington Nationals. Career high 78 was in 2010. And 32 saves for the Nats in 2012. On in relief here to try to close it out for the Athletics. Clippard pitching in his 5th game this year. 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks.
Yeah, a lot of changeups from Clippard. Fastballs 87-91. Curveball, a lot of changeup. A very good changeup.
Ibar 1 for 2. Doubled his last time up. That was his 6th inning. Was stranded at 3rd. Eric picking up his first extra base hit of the year. A lot of arms and legs coming at you.
Well, when you're down by 3, that's all you hope for as an offense, to get some gift runners. Potentially one right here.
And that is a 4-pitch walk. So the leadoff man on board. Clippard originally in the Yankees system, got traded to the Nats 2007. Crono for 2. Did draw 1. Quick throw to first. Ibar back. No 1. 0-2. Kendall Graveman went 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned for Oakland. Dan Otero 4 scoreless, 4 strikeouts, 1 hit, and then Scribner pitched to 1, 2, 3/8. Ibar with a good lead at first. Halos down 3. Crone strikes out, saw 3 changeups.
You see a lot of those. Over 40% of his pitches, not only this year but in the past, changeups. See that grip he has, turns over a changeup where he has his fingers split out in front. Not a true split finger fastball, but just off those 2 fingers in the front, and the 3rd finger allows him to turn that changeup over.
Idetta 0 for 2 with a walk. Lifted out to right center. 2 down. So the Angels down to the last out here in the 9th. And if they don't score 3 to at least tie, there's 4 to win it here in the 9th inning. Jeopardy of falling to 0-4 at home to start the year. 5-8 overall. Johnny Giavitelli coming up.
So good last year at home, the Angels were. Started all slow and got hot at home.
Ibar will take second on indifference. The Angels 46-35. Pardon me, 52-29 at home last year. Giavitelli's 0 for 3.
He's got great arm action on his changeup.
Yeah.
He sells it as if it's a fastball. Real quick, whippy arm action, but it's a changeup.
Throws that glove arm out at you too, with deception or added deception.
There it is again. See, both these bullpens, what we've seen so far in the night, a little different than the trend we see around baseball as far as guys all throwing 99 miles an hour. Both bullpens, here the guys coming in, spotting fastballs, using changeups, sliders, staying down in the strike zone.
One, 2 on the way. It's bounced in the dirt. Nice block by Vogt. 2-2. Cole Calhoun on deck. That's all you're hoping for is that Giavitelli gets an opportunity to get on board to give Cole one shot to tie it up. The 2-2. Full count.
A 2-2 changeup. Boy, you would think if you're Giavitelli right now, you would think fastball with Cole Calhoun on deck. But his best pitch is his changeup. He might come right back with a 3-2 changeup.
Right, but you throw 2-2, don't you usually come back with it on 3-2?
Always.
Here comes the payoff pitch. With a fastball.
You can see when you can have that differential in speeds of a changeup and fastball. That's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Pretty hittable spot, but way late on it because the pitch before, a couple pitches before, were changeups. That's 77, 78 miles an hour.
Another 3-2. Changeup hit in the air, foul. This one will head to the seats. Long run for both Gentry and Semien. They will head back to their respective positions. Houston, by the way, has taken the lead in Seattle 6-5. That game's in the 8th.
That bullpen hasn't been as locked down this year for Seattle.
Starters have given them some problems as well. This one fouled back. That changeup was up.
Good at bat for Giavotella, but you got to find a way to get on base here. Either a walk or a base hit. You got to give Cole Calhoun an opportunity.
Clippard with the sign is ready. Yet another 3-2 pitch, and he walked him. So the Angels at least will get an opportunity here with Cole Calhoun. Second walk of the inning issued by Clippard. That's all you can ask for, is put yourself in a position to, with one swing of the bat, to tie things up.
Exactly. It's good at bat for Giavotella. Finally worked the walk. Put yourself in position for Calhoun to do something special here now. And Clippard has allowed 1 home run this year coming in this game in 4 innings pitched.
Cole is 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a lineout. Ibar's second, Giavotella at first. Down 3. Missed inside. Nobody warming for Oakland. It's Clippard or bust for Bob Melvin. Cole rips one foul over the head of Alfredo Griffin. 1-1.
Alfredo was quick on that one.
One and two.
And now if you're Cole, you had a couple good rips. Now you got to shorten up. Think in terms of a base hit. Allow Trout to get the opportunity to get to the plate. Shorten up. Think contact. Make him make a play against you.
Reddick very deep and right. 1-2 on the way. This a little flare out to shallow left. Long run in for Gentry. Good speed. He will make the catch. And Oakland takes game 1 by the final of 6-3.
Well, Oakland's bullpen was outstanding in the power bats. Stephen Vogt continues to swing the bat extremely well. Early part of the season, 3-run home run. Clippard picks up a save. Otero was out excellent. 4 shutout innings out of the bullpen. That was the difference in the game. Semien also a solo shot as Oakland wins the first game in the series.
Halos now 5-8 on the season. They are 0-4 to start the year here at home. It's the first of a 4-game series against the Athletics, but the A's take round 1 tonight. The final 6-3. Stick around. Angels Live is coming up next.